Hello makers, I am so excited. Today I'm going to show you how to make these fantastic baskets using the recycled range from Paintbox Yarns. They are so quick and easy to make. You'll be making them for everybody you know and every room in the house. So let's get going. Now have a look at this beauty. This is a finished medium-sized basket following the Paintbox Yarns pattern. So this is the part which we've already done, where you make the base and then you start to come up the sides, and then 3/4 of the way up it's got a little bit of bobble detail. Now these are just normal crochet bobbles using the bobble stitch. I'm going to show you that now. And then as it comes a bit further up, we make this lovely handle. Now you can see how nice and strong that is. So I'm going to show you now how we work these bobbles. So here we are on my half a basket to show you. I've put the stitch marker in, and each time you come round in a spiral, move the stitch marker up a row so that you can count the number of rows that you've done. Now at a certain point as you come through the pattern, you'll be ready to add the decorative bobbles. So to make the bobble into this stitch here, I'm going to put the yarn around the hook. We're going to go into the stitch and pull up a loop. So we've got 3 on the hook, yarn around and pull back through 2. And then we're going to do that again. Yarn around the hook, into the same stitch, pull up a loop, yarn around and pull through 2. And we're going to do that again. Yarn around, into the same stitch, pull up the loop, yarn around the hook and pull through 2. And you're left with 4 loops on the hook. So I'm going to yarn over and pull through all 4. And this is making our bobble. The next stitch is just a single crochet. So I'm just going to hop around, put the single crochet in. And then you'll find that you can really sort of push the bobble out. So I'll do a couple more single crochets and then we'll do that again. Don't be frightened to manhandle this, or woman handle it, shall we say, to put your bobbles in, because you do need to sort of dig around a bit and keep a good grip here. So yarn over, into the stitch and pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, and then we do that again. Yarn over, into the same stitch, pull up a loop, yarn over and pull through 2, yarn over, into the same stitch, pull up a loop, yarn over and pull through 2, and then at that last moment where you've got 4 loops on the hook, yarn over and pull through all 4. Now I'm holding on to this part while I pull it through just to keep it sturdy, and then I'm going to work a single crochet into this next stitch here. And don't worry if it sort of folds over on you like this, because you're going to put the stitch in, and if it looks a bit sort of flat, just push it out behind, and there you'll see your bobbles in there. And then just continue working, following the pattern to the point at which you put the next bobble in. I've come all the way around with a row of single crochet since we worked these bobbles, past this stitch marker, which I shall move up, but I just wanted to show you how to go over the top of these bobbles in case you wondered where to put your hook. So I'm coming over the single crochets before we get to the bobbles, and when you get to the bobble, there is the stitch of the bobble, and we just work straight into it like any other stitch. So I'm working in there through those 2, and again here. And here we are again. Here is the stitch that we're going to go through over the top of the bobble. So it's difficult to tell sometimes, but there is, it's literally the stitch above that looks like a single crochet. And when you go over the bobbles, which I have now, you can see that they're much more prominent once you've got a straight line ahead of them. So that's how you go over the top of a bobble. Okay, so we've got to the point where we're going to start making our handle. So the first thing we do is to make a chain. So I'm going to chain 10. 1, 2, 3, 9, 10. So once you've got your chain of 10 made, I'm going to count 10 stitches along here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8, 9, 10, which is there. I'm going to reconnect this chain into the 11th hole, 11th stitch with a single crochet. So I skipped 10, I created a chain of 10 and reconnected here. Now I'm going to go all the way round the basket and meet you back here. So I've worked my way all the way round in the single crochet and I've come back to here where our chain was. What I'm going to do is I'm going to work, this is just a chain like any other chain, the single crochets into the chain. So in we go with the first one. And you do need to keep this steady because it's just one chain like you sort of would at the beginning. Into the next one. And you can see how this lovely handle is getting thicker. Now obviously you would do this on both sides of your basket. I'm just doing it on one side to show you, but you would be repeating this on the other side of your basket as well. And then when you get to the end of the handle, go back to doing your single crochets into the stitches along the side of the basket. So you can see there, that's made a really sturdy handle. So the next step of the pattern is to carry on working your single crochet another round until you get back to your marker, and then we're going to put a row of slip stitches on the top just to give that an extra piece of strength. So I shall meet you when I get back round to here. So I have worked my way round to where my stitch marker is here, and then from the stitch marker I've slip stitched to join and then worked slip stitches all the way along the top until I've got to the handle here. And you can see, so if that's the top of the handle, how much more sturdy that is with a row of slip stitches along the top. So this is the top of the basket handle, and so I'll just show you coming across the handle here. I'm just going to put some slip stitches in. So you just put your hook in under, pull it through and pull back through the loop, and that is just going to give the handle a little bit more strength. You can see there, that's given it a really good, if I show you like that, that's with the slip stitches and that's without. So it will give you a lot more strength. That's how you put the handle into your basket. I'm going to make these baskets for everybody I know now. So one for every corner of the house in every colour. Tell me, what would you use recycled yarns for? What would you make? Would you make something for your bathroom or something for the kitchen? Tell me in the comments, and maybe we'll make a video just for you. I've finished now. So Theo, I'm going to go. You see if you could do it.
Yeah,
you do it. You could do it. I'm going. See ya.
Okay. Is that here? Maybe. Merion, how do we